Hey, let's take a look at your last question and your practice test. And if we do the last question, hopefully you can do problem 23 on your own. If not, we'll take a look at that one together too. The first thing it says point line L contains these 2 points. So let's sketch a graph. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just so we get an idea of what's going on between these 2 points. So we have one point at negative 5, 6. So here's negative 5 and 6. We have another point at 1 and negative 6. And we have a line going through those 2 points. We've also got the point 6, 4. So over here is 6, 4. And I want to find the distance between this point and the line. Well, distance is at a right angle. So I want to find the length of this segment here. And what I need to do is I need to find where this point intersects the line. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the equation of my first line. The line containing negative 5, 6, and 1, negative 6. So first off, let's find the slope of that line. Well, remember, to find slope, we subtract the y's and we subtract the x's. The order you subtract them to begin with doesn't matter. I'm going to call 1 negative 6 my second point. So I'm going to say negative 6 minus 6 all over 1 minus a negative 5. Once you subtract the y's, you have to go in the same order. So you get negative 12 over 6. So I know my slope is negative 2. Now let's write the equation of this line. Well, since I've got 2 points and a slope, I'm going to use point-slope form. So I'm going to say y2 minus y1 equals m times x2 minus x1. So I'm going to say, let's go y. I don't know why I said y2. I'm sorry. That was y. Got my slope mixed up there. So y minus y1. I'm going to use my second point again, 1 negative 6. So I'm going to say y minus a negative 6, which is actually y plus 6, equals negative 2 times x minus 1. I'm going to write this in slope-intercept form because I'm going to want to compare it here in a couple minutes. So I'm going to say y plus 6 equals negative 2x plus 2 when you distribute. Subtract 6 from both sides. And we get y equals negative 2x minus 4. That's the equation of our line. Now let's find the equation of the perpendicular line. Well, I know my perpendicular line is going to have a slope of the negative reciprocal of negative 2. So I know my slope is 1/2. So I'm going to do the same thing, only now I'm going to use 6, 4. So I'm going to say y minus 4 equals 1/2 times x minus 6. Let's distribute that 1/2 inside. So you get y minus 4 equals 1/2 x minus 3. We'll add 4 to both sides. And y equals 1/2 x plus 1. So that's this equation. I'm going to write this here. So y equals 1/2 x plus 1. My other line was y equals negative 2x minus 4. Now what I want to do is I want to find the coordinate of this point right here. Well, the coordinate of that point is where those two lines intersect. That's why I wrote these in slope-intercept form. I'm going to set them equal to each other. So I'm going to say negative 2x minus 4 equals 1/2 x plus 1. I'm going to solve for x. I hate fractions, so I'm going to multiply everything by 2. So we're going to say negative 4x minus 8 equals x plus 2, because I multiplied every term by 2. And my 2's I want to reduce my 2's there, so I get my answer. So now, let's solve for x. So I'm going to add 4x to both sides. So then we're going to get negative x equals 5x plus 2. Now I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. So you get negative 10 equals 5x. Divide both sides by 5. X equals negative 2. So the coordinate of this point is negative 2. Now let's go find y. Well, I think the easiest way is let's use our first equation. Doesn't matter which equation, we're going to get the same answer. So y equals negative 2x minus 4, but we know x now is negative 2. So we get negative 2 times negative 2 minus 4. So negative 2 minus 2, or negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. So my line, or my intersection, is a little off. It's supposed to be at negative 2, 0. Should have been right there. So my estimate was wrong. Now, I want to find the distance between 6, 4 and 2, 0. So to find the distance between 2 points, I'm going to use my distance formula. So distance equals, subtract the x and square them. Subtract the y's and square them. So we're going to say 2 minus 6. I'm going to call my second point 2, 0. Remember, it goes x, y, x, y. So 2 minus 6 squared. Whoops. Yeah, 2 minus 6 squared is my x's, and then I'll go 0 minus 4 squared. Well, 2 minus 6 is negative 4. 0 minus 4 is also negative 4. I square each of those. We get 16 plus 16. So that's the square root of 32. I want the exact answer here. Or you can put it as a decimal. I guess the directions don't tell us. We'll do it both ways. So now I'll take out my calculator, if I can find it. Here we go. And I'm going to take the square root of 32. And you get about 5.66. If we were told to find the exact answer, we'll make a factor tree. 2 goes into 32 16 times. I know the square root of 16 is 4, so the exact answer is 4 square roots of 2. Both of these are the same. Just one's rounded using the calculator. And that's how you'll have to do the previous question and questions where they ask you to find it. So, reviewing. We need to find the equation of our line. We need to find the equation of a line perpendicular to it. And then after we find the equation, after we get our two equations, we set them equal to each other. And that'll help me solve for x. Substitute x back into one of your equations. It doesn't matter which one. And you'll find the y coordinate. Now you'll find the distance between these 2 points using your distance formula. And if the directions say round it, use a calculator. If the questions say give the exact answer, then simplify that radical.